Out of that breaking news coverage, a vehicle believed to be the car of the Martin family found underwater in the Columbia, and it is now the intense focus of law enforcement.
Jeff Gianola has been following this fascinating mystery for nearly 2 decades. Let's bring Jeff back in now. Jeff, tell us more about this case and what's going on right now next to you.
Well, Todd and Elizabeth, I am now reporting by telephone because I have moved at Cascade Locks towards the front of the locks at the Incident Command Center set up by the Hood River Sheriff. Part of the rules for me doing that, they wanted to respect my work that I've done for decades on this case, so they invited me to the command center with the promise that I would not take pictures here because I'm about 75 yards away from where they are now attempting to pull up a car that they believed belonged to the Martin family. Ken Martin, Barbara Martin, their children, Barbara, Virginia, and Sue, disappeared on December 7th, 1958, 66 years ago, more than 66 years ago. And this is an important clue, a key piece of evidence in what's been a baffling Oregon mystery for decades. So that's why I'm on the phone right now, but we have plenty of images to share with you. I want to show you the crane right now that they're using. This is aerial footage. This crane came in about noontime. It was set up on a barge, and they are carefully right now. Divers are in the water. The car's upside down at a 45-degree angle, according to investigators. The back tailgate is open. 5 months after the Martins went missing, the bodies of 2 of the girls, Virginia and Sue, were found washed up downriver, one near Bonneville, one near the Camas Slough. There could be 3 Martins still trapped in that car, the bodies of the 3 Martins, the parents, Ken and Barbara, and their daughter, Barbie. And so if that's the case, this is being treated very, very carefully right now because they don't know what they're going to find when they bring that car up to the surface. So this is an ongoing situation. I want to talk more about the Martins and the timeline involved in this. So here's a look at the Martin family, when they disappeared, and more on the family themselves. Sunday, December 7th, 1958. Ken and Barbara Martin, along with their 3 daughters, 14-year-old Barbara, 12-year-old Virginia, and 10-year-old Sue, take a drive up the Columbia River Gorge. They left their Northeast Portland home in the family's 1954 Ford station wagon around 1 p.m. We know they got gas at Cascade Locks about an hour later, based on a receipt later mailed to their home. A waitress claims the Martins ate a late lunch at a Hood River cafe. The waitress and other witnesses say they saw the Martins then take off, headed back towards Portland. When they didn't return, friends called police. But no one agency really took charge of the case. Then a few days later, a clue is discovered. The Hood River Sheriff claimed the Martins' car must have accidentally plunged into Cascade Locks while backing up in the parking lot. He based his theory on a fresh set of tire tracks. Well, despite the search by divers at the locks at the time, no car was found. The case of the missing Martins was growing cold, like the waters of the Columbia River. Did the Martins stop at the locks on their way back home, and why? It would have been close to dark at the time. May 1959, 5 months after the Martin family went missing, fishermen at Cascade Locks report 2 objects that look like bodies floating through the locks. A few days later, the bodies of Sue and Virginia Martin are recovered downriver. Weeks drag into months, months into years. And while there are plenty of theories on what could have happened to the Martins, over the last few decades, no other evidence or clues have surfaced in the search. But there was one Martin who was not missing. Older son Don was in the Navy living back east. He had been estranged from his family. He didn't come back for the search effort, but months later when he did come back to Portland, he told a detective, "I know of no one who would murder my folks or no reason for it, but I don't see how it could have been an accident." There was a memorial service for Sue and Virginia, but the bodies of Ken Martin, his wife, and daughter Barbara have never surfaced. Are they trapped inside the family car in the waters of the Columbia at Cascade Locks. And could that mystery soon be revealed? Back with you right now. Once again, I'm reporting by telephone. I'm at Incident Command, not far from where you're seeing this aerial footage of the barge and crane. Now in the process, they've hooked onto the car. They're now in the process, the careful process of bringing this car up. Once again, I'm reporting by telephone because here at Incident Command, not allowed to have pictures here at Incident Command. Aerial video, that's okay, but we don't want to disturb this investigation in any way. We don't want to get in the way. So that's why I'm reporting by telephone right now. So once again, I'm about 75 yards away from where this recovery effort is going on. We have a team coverage of this. I'm going to remain on the scene. I'm going to check in with sheriff deputies to get the latest information, and I'll be talking to you soon in this newscast. Keep it right here on Coin 6. So Todd and Elizabeth, back to you right now while I go try to get some more information.
All right, Jeff, we can hear it in your voice there. So compelling. We know you've been covering this for decades, and we could see a huge break in this case. So we'll check back in with you in just a few minutes.
All right, Todd, thank you.